everybody. Welcome to SceneDaily.com. I'm Jeff Gluck along with Bob Pockrass. And Bob, we're here today to kind of just do a little guessing, some little predictions, and try to figure out where the two Stewart-Haas Racing drivers will finish next year in points. Are they going to make the chase? Are they going to come close? Tony Stewart is basically starting up. I mean, it's not a new team, but for what they're kind of trying to do and make it a competitive team, it is new. And he has Ryan Newman as his teammate. But we've both seen that it's very, very difficult to just come into an organization and take people and get them competitive. So where are they going to end up?
I'm going to say Tony Stewart will end up 13th in points, and Ryan Newman will end up 14th in points. I think
Really?
They both will be on the brink of the chase. I wouldn't be too surprised if one of them makes the chase if one of the top guys just has a horrible season. I think they'll be right there. Again, it's kind of hard to put them in the chase when you're talking about a new team. But, Tony Gibson, the crew chief for Ryan Newman's been in the chase before. It's part of the 8 crew when he was over at DEI. And, Tony Stewart's Tony Stewart, right? He can drive anything.
That's the thing. I mean, this year we saw with Stewart, he really kind of struggled a little bit with the 20 car. And we know that Gibbs is one of the top organizations that there is. He only won one race, if he even won that. And, barely, he didn't get into the chase by a massive margin. So now I'm thinking, okay, he's going from Gibbs to a team that's, yes, going to be getting a lot of stuff from Hendrick. But talk about the people that are there. It's very, very difficult to start things up. So I don't think that Stewart's even going to come close to making the chase. I think he's probably going to end up somewhere about 16th in points, maybe even that low. And then Newman wasn't even close this year with Penske, and I'm assuming Stewart-Haas, at least in his first year, is going to be worse than Penske. So I'm going to say Newman could be 20th in points this year. I think that they're not going to have it easy at all. And so the thing is, it's just how do we determine how much Hendrick is going to help them and how much they're going to be on their own?
Well, this is kind of the way I look at it, is that that they're going to get Hendrick stuff. They're going to have all the help of Hendrick, and they're going to have Hendrick motors. So when I look at that, I say, well, they're going to have as good stuff as Casey Mears did this year.
Okay.
And then I look and I say, is Tony Stewart better driver? Tony Stewart, Darian Grubb combination, and the Ryan Newman, Tony Gibson combination, are they better than the Casey Mears, Alan Gustafson combination? I say they probably are a little bit, and so that's where I kind of inch them a little bit higher in the rankings than where Casey finished this year.
But let's say a guy like Scott Riggs. I mean, they basically had the same agreement with Hendrick, if I'm not mistaken, that they've had. I mean, and then certainly they're going to have more money and better people, but I mean they don't have the massive amount of resources right now to just suddenly come in there and be competitive. And so if you look at how hard it is to get started. I mean, especially with no testing, how are they going to start off the season and just get good and go to California and Vegas and Atlanta and places like that and be competitive? I mean, they're not going to run the top 20, are they? Early?
Maybe not early, but I think later or mid-season, I think they definitely would have a chance to possibly challenge for top 10 finishes. And when you finish consistently in the top 10 or near the top 10, you're going to have a chance to get in the chase. And so, I don't think they'll come out of the box and win the Daytona 500. But I wouldn't be surprised if they're winning a race by Chicagoland.
Oh, I don't think they'll win a race.
You don't think they'll win a race?
Neither of them are going to come close to winning a race. I totally disagree with you on that. How could that happen? I mean, like I said, Stewart barely won a race this year in the 20 car, and he's going to go to his own organization and win? No way.
Those guys are good enough drivers. Crews are going to be good enough to put them in position to win, and if things fall their way, they can win.
Well, we'll see. Bookmark this video, and we'll catch you next time on SceneDaily.com.